Welcome back, citizens of Itza, or just viewers of the Itza campaign. You're back in Lustria, and you should be excited. It may not be by the time you're watching this, but it's Friday night, and we are coming back with some more campaign, right? That means that we are here in the weekend, and you've got more content, and you've got an awesome weekend coming up, I hope. And if it's not an awesome weekend, we're going to make it better. We're going to have some fun here now. I had an episode that I filmed that it's kind of like where the last one left off, and this one it was just boring. There was a fight where I whipped the Tomb Kings very easily, and there was a fight where I whipped a High Elf army very easily in a garrison. It was right here at Monument of Izatal. Wasn't very interesting. So I skipped it. And the reason I skipped it is because I really want to get into the rituals. I want to get Teclis to shut up. He hasn't. He's up here sieging Spectazuma. We're going to have to deal with him. Gustave is probably not the best to deal with this. Probably going to have to send Gor-Rok up there. As you can see, they're busy. I think I had started the new army when I last showed it. If not, I have a new army here led by a Slann that I need you to help me name, as well as his Saras Scar veteran. They're right here. I'll need you to name them for me, and I'm going to go get some of your names and apply them here in just a moment. But yeah, help me name these two characters. This is his army for now. If you all feel like that this is terribly wrong, you can let me know, but I really wanted to bring some fun stuff, so I got some Ancient Stegodons, Bastiladon, Ark of Sotek. I have some Salamander hunting packs, Blessed Temple Guards, Saras Warriors with shields. Those Temple Guards could arguably be in the same army over here as Gor-Rok, but Gor-Rok already had some, and kind of already has a lead off with those units, so that's why I've done that for the moment. I still want to do some work on Gor-Rok's army. I'm not done with it, but it's okay for the moment. It's getting done with what we need to get done. I'm going to end a turn. Before that, though, let's go take a look if there's any construction. We've got a lot of money. We can potentially spend a lot of money here. Gonna go ahead and do this here. And the River Kerveza is finally not becoming a constant Skaven trash hole. It was a long time in the making. Unlocks the recruitment of Skink Chief in all provinces and puts 4 chameleon skinks in the garrison. That is absolutely awesome. That is awesome. A building that we definitely want. Let's also get a star chamber going here. We're also going to need a star chamber. I think I started building one somewhere. Did I start building a star chamber? No, we need to build one. The star tower would be a good place for a star chamber, would it not? There we go. We need a star chamber. Get this holy ziggurat. Let's upgrade the port all the way to top tier. What else do we need here? Let's see what we got so far, so we kind of know. We got the star chamber. Do we have a scrying pool? We don't. I don't know if I built a scrying pool somewhere. I think I did. I think I did, actually. Let's go look. Yeah, we've got the scrying pool, because it's not blocking us anywhere. We've got the star chamber coming, so that unlocked the last of our... Let's see. Exotic animal cages. It's kind of cool to have those because we make more income. This one's just public order. Income from post-battle loot. Ooh, boy. Let's do this one for now. That's all the money I can spend on building end of turn, and I'll tell you where we end up. I am going to need to take Gor-Rok north to go attack Teclis. He's got a head start sieging that settlement. It's possible we could lose it. We will see what happens. Alright, we're back on the next turn. I'm going to continue to upgrade Hualatl. It'll make it easier to hold in case they come attack my garrison. We've got to keep pressure on the High Elves, so I'm going to continue with our Slann here and push on towards Hualatl. So we should be good there. Okay, just going through a couple of the names real quick that you all suggested. One of the Engine of the Gods was supposed to be named Sunny Delight. I like that. Sunny D. Another one had a request for one of the Stegodons in... oh no, a Stegodon in Gustave's army. I was thinking it was going to be in Hammond's army. But one of the Stegodons in Gustave's army. Might as well name him the Blessed Stegodon, give you the best one we got here. He says, name him Vinny the Dawn Three-Horn. I don't know if it's going to fit. Oh, we're one short. Can we put like Three-Horn? Oh, yeah, we can. There we go. Vinny the Dawn Three-Horn. Also fantastic. Sank says they're still awaiting a lord called Pat'chy, the Salty One. Well, here we go. We got a Slann, and I was asking y'all for names, and this one was already suggested. So here it is, and it's going to be with proper lizard punctuation here. Pat'chy, the Salty One. Like this, maybe? There we go. Pat'chy, the Salty One, is the Life Slann. We still got to name Digga there. He needs a new name. Mickey C had a ton of good name suggestions. Like a whole bunch of name suggestions. We're going to name one of the Carnosaurs. One of them's already named Clever Girl. One of his suggestions was, we have a T-Rex. I love it. So we have a T-Rex. And then I'm thinking one of the Stegodons. He had another good suggestion here, which was going to be hold on to your butts. There we go. Got it. Oh no, I didn't save it. What happened there? Hold on, Feral Stegodon. Hold on to your butts. If Air can ever type it. There we go. Thanks for all the name suggestions. These are absolutely awesome. Awesome. Alright, I believe we're ready to continue the action. Gustave the Great Croc here hasn't moved this turn. He has the difficult challenge of trying to bring down what do you call her? Crap! What is it? Silostra. Silostra's up here. She's got a big army, and there's a huge garrison. Well, it's not huge, but her army was big, and the garrison along with her army was pretty much insurmountable. I don't love the compilation of this army, and part of me kind of actually wants to stay in this province and fix it before we move on. We're going to need some more Sacred Croxies because of their magic damage going up against Silostra. And then we may just want to rethink like how many of these red-crested skinks we have. I think 5 or 6 is plenty, and we probably just want a lot of really heavy hitters in this army rather than a lot of lightweight units. Anyway, we are ready to go attack Teclis on the next turn. I think we're in pretty good position elsewhere in terms of where we're standing and what we're up to. I can go ahead and continue to take the fight to the Tomb Kings. And I may do that. Swing around here and see if we can get a run on Wixel. See what we can do there. Anyway, I will see you all on the next turn after we have seen what our enemies are up to. Alright, during the turn end, Teclis has attacked Spectazuma, and I expected this. Huh? Get it? Yeah, lame jokes? Yeah, I expected this. He had been sieging for a while. I didn't think I would beat him there. It's unfortunate that I didn't, but I honestly didn't expect it. Looks like Helmut Nussbacher here wants a defensive alliance, and I actually kind of like this because he's at war with Silostra. I don't like dealing with warm bloods, but when they're fighting against disgusting zombie vampirates and ghost, then yes, we're friends. Alright, it is time to avenge ourselves of Teclis at Spectazuma. We do not take losses off of warm bloods in the jungle. So I'm going to immediately push up and try and pressure Teclis. I can't quite reach him on this turn, but we will reach him. And we will reach out and give him a beating. Now, Silostra is pushing towards Slax, which is unfortunate. I'm not going to be able to catch her in time. And there's a whole bunch of disgusting vampiric corruption here because of her ever-spreading influence. I'm going to go ahead and push forward as far as I can get and try and chase her. There's no real good way for me to do this because she's spreading vampiric corruption everywhere as she goes. So kind of sucks to take the attrition, but is what it is at the moment. At Wixel, there is no significant threat here from an army. This army, though, pretty substantial. It's nothing to sneeze at. I'm just going to siege it. See how long we can hold it. Maybe we can force them to send reinforcements. It's a bit risky, but we're going to do it. I'll go ahead and build the towers. But I don't intend to fight them behind their walls. Not part of the great plan at the moment. Upgrade the star chamber here. Let's upgrade this settlement. I don't want to spend too much repairing here, but I'll go ahead and do it. They're probably just going to come back, and I don't know, if it's just a target for them to come back and keep attacking pointlessly, then it actually probably works in my favor. Probably works out just fine in my favor. Ooh, what else do we want to do here? Let's see what else we're geared up for. We can't get Temple Guard unless we have a Weapon Crafter's Commune. And we can't get Croxies without the Weapon Crafter's Commune. We can get everything out of that one, and we can get all of these here. Let's just go ahead and put in the Weapon Crafter's Commune so that we can effectively use the recruitment in that settlement. And we are ready to end another turn. Hopefully, we get a big fight with Teclis. No. Though, I imagine he won't want to until he's healed some of his troops. Well, you know what? I'm proud of him. Well, it's because he got reinforcements. Holy sisters! Yo! Woo! This ought to be interesting. Holy mackerel. So we're going to have to go up against 4 Flamespire Phoenix, 1 Frostheart, Dragon Prince, some pretty solid infantry, and holy mackerel, that is, I think, 8 Sisters of Avalorn in the one army. Y'all ready for this? Well, Teclis is the elf with a granite skull. He doesn't know when to surrender. He didn't know that he shouldn't have declared war on me to begin with. His sword masters are here. Those are freaking awesome looking units. That giant double-handed sword is absolutely amazing. In any case, but I'm gonna kill them. I'm using my Poha Sentinels here to lure the Flamespire Phoenix into the woods, where I've got a little ambush waiting with Chameleon Skinks and the Pop Hapot cohort. And then here comes the main force of Gor-Rok, the Legion of Chakwa, protecting my main dinosaurs from certain destruction, while I was able to use Croak to drop an early nuke all over a blob of archers. As usual, the Shredder of Lustria and the Thunderous One are going to lead the way, and the support of Croak comes up closely behind, along with the infantry, because the Thunderous One and the Shredder are able to come in all on their own and put down a beating like none other. There are so many Sisters of Avalorn on the map right now. We're going to be taking tremendous damage if the AI targets properly. They are not, though. The Shredder of Lustria should have been their first target, followed by the Thunderous One. Yet they are targeting my infantry halfway across the map, which is shielded. And all the while, that's giving Croak time to take down large portions of Sisters of Avalorn all at once. He's already got 444 kills. You can see that the fight over here with the Flamespire Phoenix and the Dragon Prince is not brilliant at the moment, but not bad. We're doing okay. I've got infantry headed to support it. The main fight here in the middle. Croak's getting a little bit beat up here. He's amidst a lot of Phoenix Guard who ignore his physical resistance. And I believe Phoenix Guard probably caused... No, they don't do flaming damage. I figured they might because of their name. If they did, it would be bad for Croak because he has the regeneration trait right now. You see the Thunderous One and the Shredder keeping the archers busy, as well as my Horned Ones, who came for the Sisters of Avalorn, but then a Flamespire Phoenix interrupted them. The Flamespire Phoenix, not exactly the target that I want to be fighting with these. I find Horned Ones to be decent, but they're also a lot squishier than they feel like they should be, but they're okay. I do wish they were a little more survivable, because for the most part, they're a pretty decent unit. It's their survivability that I just always find lacking. There was some remaining Phoenix Guard that I want out of the way as quickly as possible, and the remainder of the High Elf forces are now in pretty big trouble. My Chameleon Skinks have cleaned up the Flamespire Phoenix, and I'm going to escort them off of the battlefield with the Poha Sentinels, and then I'm going to pull my Chameleon Skinks and Cavalry in to help with some regrouped Sisters. Croak remains under almost constant Phoenix attack, and the Phoenix are all getting their From the Ashes type ability where they just keep respawning, and here the Frostheart Phoenix comes in for Croak, and I really can't afford to lose him. Of course, Gor-Rok is never in any danger here. He's over here going one-on-one with the Swordmaster and really isn't even beginning to sweat. Krok's going to drop some protection for himself. Thank goodness that Shred Boy and Thunderous One can do the job. These Horned Ones are almost gone, but their leadership is good enough that they at least stick in here, and since it's just archers, they're able to continue to do a pretty tremendous amount of damage in this fight. Krok manages to avoid all of the angry magical birds and keep himself in the fight while my chameleon skinks have arrived, and what's left of the sisters is not going to like facing skinks at near point blank range, where the skinks have a rather large advantage. Despite the fact that I have units everywhere, there's still sisters almost everywhere firing. Able to drive back the Phoenix units, and able to put the army to a general rout. Teclis was trying to take down the Shredder. That is not a fight he is cut out for, and with his back completely full of javelins, he is fleeing. You can almost see the yellow line. Well, folks, it's pretty obvious that Teclis is getting reckless in the face of a clearly superior Itza faction. I know, try and hold back the chunks from the lame jokes, but pretty epic victory there. Well, we've made it through the turn end, and there's a lot going on. During the turn end, Lustria completed her journey, and I've taken quite a bit of attrition damage. I'm gonna actually have to move up a little slower than I would like, across the swamps, take up a turn to regain some of our health, and then make the push on to see if we can stop Lustria. That is gonna be really difficult to beat because of having 3 Necrofex Colossi. Colossuses. Alright, let's see what we got here for Krok. Should probably focus on training. I wonder what the situation here is. Ah, sweet, we can just occupy it. Now see, that should take away their ability to recruit, and then it gives me replenishment while they don't get it. So that was pretty fortunate that we could just step in here and take that. That's gonna hurt the Order of Lore Masters pretty badly. And I do have an army behind me, and it's not a joke. Kinda is, because it's just a spam of things, but that particular spam of things is a little bit scary. Not gonna lie. Just a lot, actually. Oy, let's see what else we can do here. The Chamber of Visions would be great. It's a ritual resource site. May allow us to kind of cut his forces in half from north to south as well. So a bit of a strategic objective, potentially. Let's move forward. Get some scouting. They're busy recruiting. I can't reach the settlement this turn, unfortunately, or else I would go ahead and siege it to stop them from potentially obtaining more forces, and not just any forces. They look like pretty solid forces. So we're going to have our work cut out for us there. And at Wixel, no movement yet. Let's look at our potential construction. Let's see what else is first. I'm going to prioritize that one lower. Let's get our defenses of the Vampire Coast up to top tier, as well as our Geomantis Locus. Be a better spin there, I think. And we're ready to fly through another turn-in, so we can do to hurt Teclis and get closer to being able to actually maybe start on these rituals. 4 turns remaining. How did our... we don't have an intervention up there anymore, I don't think, or else I'd be able to see it. Lothern's made significant progress up here. We really ought to throw an intervention against Lothern whenever they hit it off, but I don't want to declare war on them. We'll see. Lustria is going to go ahead with the siege. She has the siege equipment. There's really no reason for her to wait. So yeah, not much I can do about it. She's going to do as she wishes, which she did take the settlement after sacking it first. They did have reinforcements, and I do not wish to fight these reinforcements. So I'm going to fall back, hopefully outside the range of the settlement garrison. I know it's weird for you all to see turn-in footage, but since we're here, I don't know who you are or why I should trust you with military access or care. Okay, so we've made it through. One of the forces for the Order of Lore Masters did not retreat, and we're going to make them sorry for that. Well, never mind, we're not. They're just going to run away. How terribly convenient for them. I don't know if we can reach them or not. Yeah, we can. Good. Yeah, we're going to finish them off. I hate going that far out of my way, but win 4 battles. 4 blessed Pterodon riders with Fire Leech bolas. Not a particularly useful unit to me at the moment. Gonna push back south towards the Wellsprings of Eternity, keep the pressure on Teclis. I do not know if they obtained any of their new units here, and I'm going to go ahead and besiege this settlement. We may have to fall back. It's always a potential, but we'll hopefully not be forced to fall back. This army is fairly powerful, albeit the leadership for this army doesn't make my units near as invincible as I would like under most circumstances. Got Ripper Riders to take out the archers. Dealing with 3 Frostheart Phoenix units would be a pain in the butt. An absolute pain in the butt. Their infantry is not very terrifying. But yeah, 2 Dragon Princes and 3 Frostheart Phoenix. Not exactly what I'd like to be fighting right now. I do have a lot of Temple Guard to help, though. It's not a walled settlement. So some part of me thinks attack now and take it. Pat'chy, the salty one, gets to face his first major test as a commander for the forces of Itza in a massive choke point battle here between him and the Order of Lore Masters. And the Order of Lore Masters have a significant force holding us at the choke point. Consist of several units of elite infantry, some spears, a moon dragon, Frostheart Phoenixes, and some sword masters, as well as a high mage and other hero support units. It's led by a prince. Immediately we're going to get a burning alignment straight through the Phoenix Guard and on into a blob of infantry and cavalry that was waiting behind the lines, and it will do some very nice damage along the way. And then I'm also going to use an Awakening of the Wood here in the lightly armored units. It doesn't cause good armor piercing, but figured I could do a little damage to the archers, and indeed it did. There will be more targets. You can see here we've got another burning alignment that's going to come right through. Again, some of this elite infantry and on into their archer corps that is blobbed near behind. Burning alignment will cause some pretty significant damage. So the left flank for the High Elves is already in pretty rough shape. My cavalry is going to take the now open gap on the left and push across, though there is a pretty large contingent of Dragon Princes that will be able to guard. Right now they are doing some infantry charges. Got my Slann here, Pat'chy. Here he is looking over the battlefield with all of his salt. You can see it actually infusing his troops right now. He's not real happy about this either. Some frozen chicken wing after him. I'll be using the salamanders where I can to try and cause some damage to the archers, but now my Bastillodons are in the way. My Stegodon, Engine of the Gods, are really my only recourse against the dragon right here, and it actually works marvelously. We're able to push the dragon back. My my Skink Priest has done a... Sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong battle. I do not have a Skink Priest. My Slann Mage has done a good job of healing and causing damage where he can. The Scar Veteran is in trying to attack these Phoenix units. You can see him in there fighting. I want all the anti-large, and that's pretty much some of the only anti-large I have outside of my hunting packs. But my hunting packs are not in a great position to hit these Phoenix. They're not huge targets, and they're actually kind of tricky to hit. Now my Ripperdactyl Riders hid in the back until the opportune moment, and once the Dragon Princes were tied down, I swarmed in with the Ripperdactyl Riders. And they're now supporting my cavalry, getting archers and also helping against the dragon princes. They wouldn't be good against the dragon princes alone, but with the support of the horned ones here, and this is 2 horned ones and a cold one spear rider, we have a significant contingent here, both of air and ground cavalry, that is cutting its way through the 2 units of dragon princes at a pretty rapid clip. You can see the moon dragon was once again routed, and the Frostheart Phoenix here that's coming back is on its last wing. And then I was able to save Pat'chy and the salamanders. You can see that this is why I'm not firing into this fight with my salamanders. They're actually causing a lot of friendly damage as well. So I have to be careful where they're aimed. They don't always have the best arc of fire. We have a lot of archers firing at us as we try and finish off this Frostheart Phoenix and the few dragon princes that were here. Take a horrible breath attack here, so I'm going to take a lot of damage in that breath attack from a dragon that honestly shouldn't be back. It's barely alive, and it's just bull crap that the AI gets it. But my forces quickly down it. And then another awakening in the wood, putting an end to some spearmen who were on their way to reinforce that fight. So Pat'chy flexing his magical muscles early. My hunting packs are here to tie down the Frostheart Phoenix while the Bastiladon Arc of Sotek ripped through the Swordmasters. And another burning alignment on the units that are remaining, trying to fire in a supportive role into combat. So this will keep them moving, keep them off balance. And my Stegodons come back under center to help get rid of the last few High Elf leaders. They're really all that's holding the leadership of this army together. And that leadership won't be holding for long. There's a few Silver Helms back here who are attempting to defend. They're all pushed back. And at this point, there is no defense for what's left. The High Elves lose. Listen now, I'd be perfectly fine, Teclis, if you want to lay off the dang Phoenix spam. Holy crap. These armies are getting nuts. Hope they don't have reinforcements so close that I'm not able to replenish. It would be bad. Like, for instance, if they had another army sitting at the Sentinels of Zeti, we may have overextended and get Pat'chy, the salty one, killed here. It is very possible. Very possible. I'm going to try and get some skill points out onto our infantry as quickly as we can, try and make those more effective in combat. I feel like that's got to be a priority for us. No more moves with Gor-Rok, though he does have a skill point of his own. We can continue to make him absolutely dominable. He's up to almost 600 weapon damage. He will be over that when he gets certain buffs in battle. We have our movement points here with Gustave. And there's no better time to attack Lustria than now because she's hurt. And hopefully they don't get some bull... Yeah, look, this is bullcrap right down here in the bottom. It's not a big thing, but this is bullcrap. It's bullcrap because if you take that settlement, you don't get that garrison after one turn. It takes time for it to come back. AI takes it, they get it in full almost every time. It's really irritating. This is something that's just flat out cheating the player. And really, really hacks me off. Now, we've got a lot of work cut out for us here to get rid of 3 Necrofex Colossus. We gotta watch out because there's 4 bloated corpse on the field as well, so should be interesting. Gustave is in for the biggest challenge he has faced yet. He's up against, I think, 4 bloated corpse, 3 Necrofex Colossus, and then Lustria herself. And this battle, one wrong move, and Gustave will lose. It's going to be incredibly difficult. The infantry advantage is in the favor of the Vampire Coast because my skinks really won't perform well against any of these units. I'm going to have to use my large units, even though these are halberd units. I can't afford to take the hit to my skinks. They have to come in as reinforcements. Now we've got Irwin's Immortals here, which is our cohort of Hulado. And you can see Gustave himself taking some point-blank shots from these Necrofex Colossi. There's 3 of them, they're all engaged. There's even some artillery here, so I'm going to take the Ancient Stegodon, or the Blessed Stegodon here, plow on in. You can see that we're able to get the bloated corpses to actually detonate into the back of some of their own infantry, but even though they're meant for large, or for infantry units, they manage to cause just tremendous damage. So the bloated corpses have actually knocked out a significant number of my Kroxigors. There was only one bloated corpse left. I'm able to intercept it over on this flank and detonate it before it can cause any real damage. So now my skinks are free to reinforce, but we have taken tremendous damage in the process. It has been rather horrific. The Colossedon Hunters picked their first Necrofex Colossus, but the Necrofex Colossus seems to do very well. I haven't had good luck with the Colossedon Hunters versus these Necrofex. It's like my units just take way more damage than I would expect from these things. Lustria is very difficult for me to challenge. Now, fortunately, a Necrofex Colossus is very easy for my skinks to hit, and then I have the Amaxon Barbs here too, which are doing me some really good work in taking out these deck droppers that were being incredibly annoying, shooting my troops directly in the back here, having a huge impact on this fight. So the Amaxon Barbs is cutting them down at a pretty big hurry, and I'll be able to use them against infantry. I take my Hola the Skink Chief up in the air, and he is shooting his poison darts, and you can hear the lady singing. I want to use the cliche here about the fat lady singing, but I don't know if that's allowed in this day and age, but hey, it's a cliche, I'm claiming it, and we're saying it. Good grief, look at this. The battle is absolutely desperate. The first Necrofex Colossus goes down, and I can now start to consolidate. The second one goes down right behind it thanks to my Salamanders. And the third one is now in a big heap of trouble. So the last Necrofex Colossus, and without all this support, Lustria is going to find herself in a bad place. Now the cohort of Hulatl here, or Irwin's Immortals as they're known in this campaign, does magical damage. The Lustria has been shrugging off almost all of it still, which is weird because she's not healing. I don't know how she's managing to just shrug off the damage. Maybe it's because she's just not getting hit a whole lot. You can see back here I was able to take out some Vampirate Gunners. And although we lost our infantry here, the Amaxon Barbs will be able to flee and skirmish against these Johnny Depth Guard. And the last leadership of the Vampirates is being swamped. There's a Vampire Fleet Captain there. And you can see here the last few of Irwin's Immortals are truly immortal to have survived this fight. This was an epic brawl in which my army was guaranteed to take a beating in a best case scenario. And certain death in a worst case. Oh! Did you see that? He didn't spare anything. Just clocked her straight in the face. Yikes. Savage. Folks, this has been one of the most epically interesting campaigns in terms of battles for me. Like, I haven't even done the first ritual. Normally in a campaign, it's so boring at the first. You can protect yourself from your enemies and easily complete the ritual. Like, it has been non-stop action, and we now have 4 armies engaged in non-stop action, and can't even really begin a ritual because of all the mess. Another epic victory here, though, over Lustria, and the really epic thing here is that we somehow managed not to lose a single unit. That is very fortunate for us. Very fortunate. And we have defeated Lustria. I'm trying to just remember what traits that gives us. Trait gain, Cyrene Extinguished. So we gain a base miscast chance, but we get extra winds of magic. Kind of a weird trait, but it works. We will take whatever we can get. Let's get some replenishment going, rebuild our settlement. So that will at least hurt the Vampire Coast quite badly. We can get rid of a little bit of corruption as we sit here. Let's go on into our skill tree for the Great Croc. We are providing as much untainted as we can. We have almost finished Geomantic Sustenance, which we have now. And Hola, the Skink Chief, is going to move on to Jungle Toxins. So he gets poison weapon damage now, not just missile damage. Always a welcome thing to have. I'm actually, like, I'm so tempted to force, well, no, I can't force march because I don't have any more movement this turn. So we've made a couple of big captures here on this turn. A couple of big captures. I'm going to get these extra ancient plaques. I'm going to tear this down, build in some defenses, and then we'll eventually get the trade resource there as well. There is always work to do these days. In our settlements, defenses are obviously top priority right now. Top priority indeed. Let's see if there's any buildings that leave a garrison for us. Allows recruitment of, unlocks recruitment of, yeah, none of these leave a garrison other than the one we already have. So I guess that's beside the point. Untainted for every region plus a unique building. We'll take it. Temple of the Eclipse. Sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and spend our money on that. That's going to leave us with just a couple of things to take care of. We had to flee back from the Tomb Kings here, and what I'm going to do is fall back beside the road into an ambush stance. See if we can get lucky, maybe lure the Tomb Kings across towards our territory. We're in no shape to fight the type of army they have there, and hopefully we've got Teclis within consideration of some kind of peace treaty, though I'm not exactly counting my chickens before they hatch here. He has been completely unwilling to cooperate thus far, and I don't know when or if that will change. Alright, the Order of Lore Masters has been resigned to being a mere nuisance and trying to steal my technology. I don't know if I dare risk to force march. I'll do it part way up here. Okay, I don't see anything in front of me. I'm going to push on up to the edge because I want to be able to get as close to the Wellsprings of Eternity as possible so that we can push on it immediately. I hate to leave here so quickly after having conquered, but there is still a great deal of work to be done. There's no easy path to get there either, as we'll be suffering attrition through any of our routes, and they are going to be replenishing their troops in a rather big hurry. I feel like we've got to make progress quick though, and Shotek is relatively unprotected, so I'm going to suffer the attrition, push in, take Shotek, so that we'll be in a position to really put the hurt on Silastro's Drowned. I would like to take them off of the map in its entirety. We've got more replenishing to do with Pat'chy's army. And no, I'm not saying that as a mistake. I'm trying to pronounce it Lizardman style, although it may just sound like I'm choking on something. Start to rebuild some defenses here. Need some growth in that settlement more than I need income. And speaking of, let's see what it is that we're able to build. We can go all the way up to the Geomantic Locus here. And that's what we'll do, and then save our money for the Tier 5 defenses on the next turn, which is going to be a considerable cost. We can now work on determining the Great Plan, which I do want to go ahead and begin work on so we can start getting some of these high-tier tech. We have all the buildings we need. Let's end another one. Alright, first things first, let's get up here and take Shotek off of the Drown. Give ourselves replenishment and deprive them of a settlement. Don't believe that auto-resolve is going to do me any great harm here. It did. They killed my cohort of Sotek. It's not great harm, but it's super irritating and takes 10 turns to get them back. Really appreciate that, CA. Still can't get a bloody auto-resolve correct after all these years. Well, this is good news, though. A Sacred Croxagore is only 2 turns away, and it's going to be better than that cohort of Sotek for the time being, so let's take this opportunity. If we decide we don't want to wait, but I think we can. I think that the wait will be worth it, as well as the Sacred Croxagore is a very tough unit, one that should serve us well. We can't reach the well springs, but we can move up, and already Teclis is back trying to rebuild, but he's weak. His faction has to be feeling this. I don't know how they are not feeling the pressure at this point. They have lost many battles and have to be spending an absolute fortune to try and keep up with the military loss. Now, that's the thing, though, is the AI can spend a fortune, and they can get away with it, typically, because they kind of get economic cheats that are a huge help to them. It's like we've had some Tomb King activity over here at Guacamole Crater. It's always like Guacamole Crater is what this reminds me of. Anyway, I think we've had a good episode. We're about to push the Sentinels of Zeti. We're about to knock out the Well Springs and the Pillars of the Unseen Constellation. I can't believe the Dark Elves are still alive at the Blood Hall. But, yes, progress is being made, although it's not progress towards the main campaign objective. We will have a way to stop them from getting to the main objective, but at the moment, this is what we have to do. I mean, in order to stop them from getting to the main objective, I may send 2 armies up to invade Lothern or something like that, if need be. We can always stop that, but we have to be busy here for the time being. Wow, there is just a never-ending string of stuff to build these days. There we go. It's pretty easy to spend up our cash. Hope you all have enjoyed this episode. It has been full of entertaining battles, and the next one, hopefully, we can finally
Don't waste your breath.
get Teclis to take it. He still doesn't want a peace treaty, even though he is absolutely beaten down into submission. He won't take it. He makes a peace treaty up here with Hexatl. No problem, another AI faction. We'll make peace with them, but for you, I'm going to make you utterly destroy me for no better reason than just because.
And fine wine are the marks of civilization.
Yeah, I'm not trading with these Teclis folk. I do like money, but not that much. Exiles in the heck? I mean, they're trading with Hexatl. I mean, if Mazdamundi does it, I get to do it. Let's see. Not a very good trade agreement, but it's a trade agreement. All right. Anyway, I will see you all on the next episode. HeirofCarthage signing out.